This is Vinyl Voices Radio, ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Denman.
Dusty from Jayhan.
Welcome to this episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. He's Jason Dejas. I'm John Denman. And, man, we are hanging out here, cracking us some really good beers from Texas Leaguer, who is our beer sponsor this week. Matter of fact, that one's empty, so I need to go ahead and crack this one open.
Texas League.
So, this week we have a really good band on. Jesse, you want to talk about us?
Sure. So, this week we have Swimwear Department, and we have the band here today. We have Matt, Jeremy, and Ned and Jack. So,
Yo.
yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Welcome to the garage.
Yes. It's a really great garage.
It's not even a bad garage because, you know, not only is there some good beers to drink, there's also some Frank's Pizza
Yes.
to enjoy. And I think this is probably the most that we've gone through so far in the show before we started.
You're welcome.
There's that. Good job.
Beers or pizza?
Pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how the beers go.
Yeah, you guys have a ways to go to,
Very good.
yeah, on the beers.
What band that you've had on drank the most beers?
Well, there was a certain show that we really didn't drink that much beers because maybe something else took place. The beers.
Dim Roots, huh?
There was a lot of beers drank that show, but not as many. Jump Rope went through some beers.
Yeah.
Jump Rope, and then we went by the pool, and there was more beers had by the pool.
Right.
You guys say pool?
It was. We did say pool.
There's a pool here?
There's a pool here.
Which we might,
You know what?
moving out there for the last segment of this show.
That's right.
Do a little poolside.
We kind of thought this could be a thing, so I actually, wearing
Yeah.
coming from the experts.
Yeah.
I'm more natural when I swim, so.
Built in, yeah.
But let's go and just listen to the first song. What are we going to hear first?
I think we're going to hear the first track on the album, which is
We Need a Place.
We Need a Place. We Need a Place.
We Need a Place. Swimwear Department.
Shoplift again. I promise. We need a place for the kids to try. Pseudo sex, petty crime, cigarettes, socialize, make out, make up their minds. Find a new place where the kids are hip to higher guns,
All right. So that was We Need a Place, Swimwear Department. First track on the new album, The Foolest of Them All.
I don't know how we started writing that one. Oh, I do. So
It started as like poetry for you. Right?
well, I was reading. So we do a lot of research, right? Because we don't want to be scraping the bottom of the barrel of our own ideas about this stuff. So, I read a book called "Meet Me at the Fountain" or "Meet Me by the Fountain" by Alexandra Lang, who is an architecture critic. And it's a book that came out just a couple of years ago that is about sort of the history of the American shopping mall. And I probably need to read it again because there are probably 3 or 4 more songs in there. But there's this whole section where she talks about how the mall became like the ideal place for teenagers to hang out safely and also get to explore like who they are.
Safely.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, they're not in the middle of the freeway or whatever. So, and then all too quickly in the history of the mall, there was like private police forces and just like teenagers were suddenly not welcome there. And then it sort of became like compartmentalized into like teenagers hanging out at the arcade, and,
Right.
and so it was just sort of that's like 3/4 of the way through the book, and I was just like, whoa, this is really heavy. And then it gets into like talking about how the mall is the ideal place for senior citizens to exercise.
Right.
And it's just like all this tension in the design of the space about like who is it for, and that's kind of like wanting to express that is how we got started on this one.
But even the people that it's best for sometimes feel the least welcome nowadays, and so like teenagers and senior citizens don't feel like the mall is what it used to be. So it's sort of the death, even though it's still open, it's like dying in a different way. So
Yeah, imploding. If
honestly, my dream, it's a small dream, but I don't think it'll ever happen unless we make it happen. Because I want to rollerblade through a closed mall, just like the like terrazzo tile floors, like perfectly smooth, like rollerblading. I mean, we should do a music video like that. That's my dream.
It'd be like the rollerblade Chattahoochee.
that would be awesome.
But we were talking about how Scott's up here and he was like, man, it sounds really good. The recording of it sounds really good. And it's all like all the instrumentals are really clear and just a really good job of that.
All credit to Steve Christensen. He went on a lot of tone quests with us. He wasn't afraid to tell us when to drop the low end, because between the keyboards and the bass, there's a lot of figuring out where we're sitting sonically.
It's true.
Yeah, it bounces around a whole lot.
Yeah,
Is there guitar on this album at all?
not a bit. Zero.
Not.
Unless you count the bass guitar. We don't.
We're out of answer.
So when I talk to sound engineers, I'll usually, if we're playing at a venue and we didn't bring Bob Lane, our bass engineer,
Yeah.
my 30-second deal is, hey, there's bass and there's keys and there's no guitars, and the bass and the keys are going to trade out who's the lead and who's the rhythm. So, like, just mix them the same level. Don't. Because people would assume, like, oh, I guess the keyboard's the main thing and the bass
solo
is part of
type.
the rhythm section.
Or they hear that the bass is all fuzzed out and they're like, what's wrong with the bass? Like, you need to clean this tone out. Like, so, it's our sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break and crack open some more beers. When we get back, we'll be hanging out with Swimwear Department some more. This is Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
This is Vinyl Voices, brought to you by Adley Law Firm, Houston's personal injury attorneys for 30 years.